right, so it's midday here in Nigeria. My name is Emeka Nobis. I am excited and happy that we are going to be having this conversation, especially with regards to what the economy is saying right now in this year. I mean, the relationship between the naira and the dollar is somewhat abusive. Let me use it that way. Tomorrow is this, next tomorrow is that, next tomorrow is that, just like that. And you realize that even as the economy is misbehaving the way it's misbehaving, people, the spending power has become less and less and less. And then people are not being paid commensurate. What I mean is that people's salaries have remained the same for the past 2, 3 years. But then you find out that the spending power has, purchasing power has reduced, looking by what is going on in the nation. So a strategy to be able to overcome, strategy to be able to ride above the tide is if you can expand beyond the borders of the nation while you are here in Nigeria. And one of those ways is for you to be able to get a job outside of the nation, even while you are here seated in Nigeria. So from your house, you can work for a company that is in the US, get paid in dollars, you can transfer that to your account, get that change to Nigerian naira. And I'm not saying that um, we are praying for that for the exchange. I mean, we're praying for the dollar to consistently be above the naira, but then that's the reality. That's what we found ourselves in. So if you're able to expand beyond your borders, it's possible that you can override the tide. And today I have someone with me. I have Isabella, who has worked for different foreign companies outside of the nation, come here to teach you how you can work anywhere in the world while you are living in Nigeria. Once more, my name is Nobis. My name is Emeka Nobis, and I'm welcoming you to this live stream, this conversation. If you are here, let me see your name in the comment section. Let's know where you're tuning in from so that I can say hello to you. All right. It's afternoon here in Nigeria, so if you're not in Nigeria, please accept my greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, as the case may be, wherever you are. All right, so let's see your name in the comment section. Let's see where you are watching us from. If you're in Nigeria, let's know your city, let's know your country, let's know the city where you're watching us from so that I can say hello to you. All right, thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. The next thing you have to do, go invite your friends. This concerns every one of us. Um, it's an opportunity that you can tap into that can be of great benefit to you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me doing a job for someone who's outside of the nation while I'm here. I can take on as many, do as many jobs while I'm here in Nigeria. All right, so let's say welcome to those who have joined us in the live stream. Umani, Ikechukwu, Ikolysis. I don't know, man, Isabella, can you pronounce the surname? Is it Ikolysis or is that Ikolysis? I don't know.
I call
How
it
do you
it.
pronounce Ikolysis? Okay. It seems that this person could either be your husband or your friend, Umani, or your brother.
That
Sorry.
should be
Ugwuanyi.
that should be my husband.
Oh, okay, great. You're welcome. Ugwani Kechiku, you're welcome. Chizibeke, you're welcome. Miracle from Lagos, you're welcome. Emmanuel Bisilati from Abuja, you're welcome. Flourish Blessed Francis, you're welcome from Wary. Ome Happiness, you're welcome. All right. I'm seeing Henry Black watching from Nigeria. You guys are all welcome. Please go tag your friends, tag 10, tag 20, tag 40 friends as the case may be to come watch us live on this live stream. All right. So I'm going to hand over right now to Isabella to share. Share. I'm going to remove myself from the screen, and she's going to go all out and blow it all out for every one of us here watching how you can walk anywhere in the world while living in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Isabella. Over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Emeka. That was wonderful, and thank you for this opportunity. And we welcome every one of you. We don't take it for granted. Thank you for spending this time to be on this live with us today. I'm super excited. So, like he has said, my name is Isabella Icolisis, popularly called Coach Bella. My journey into remote job and freelancing started sometime in 2020 after the pandemic. because you all know what happened with the pandemic. Before then, I was into a business which was actually doing well and paying me well. But during the COVID, for us in Nigeria, ours lasted for I think 5 months, maybe 6 months or thereabouts. But for them in other parts of the world, there's even after 1 year, they are still having this shift in their work where they don't take in they take in 50% of their workforce today. Then the next they're trying to maintain the distance and the number of people that comes to work on in the office in one day. And during the lockdown, my what I was doing then actually boomed because my business was something I can do from anywhere. I was dealing with I was into network marketing, and our delivery company was up and doing. And because people were in their houses, all they wanted was, I need this, can you deliver? And once you say I can deliver, they don't care about the price. Once you're sure that you can bring it to their doorstep, since they can't come out, they were all out buying, and the business was booming. We are making our money and all that. But after the lockdown, the reality was done on everyone, and people now realize that even the small money they have saved over time has been spent, and people now tighten their pulse. So at the tail end of that year, our my business started shaking, and I was kind of thinking, what else can I do to augment what I was earning at that time? And luckily enough, a friend of mine gave me an invite to come for a business seminar in Ikeja. So when we went to that seminar, the first guy that came to present, when he climbed the stage, the first thing he said was, if you be in Nigeria and still maintain the kind of life you want, that you look for a way to earn dollar, like the rubbishes naira. So even though that time I couldn't take up that business opportunity then, because one, for two reasons. One, I needed dollar to start off that business, which I didn't have at that time. And again, I was not really prepared for the business. But that particular statement stuck to my head. That if you be in Nigeria, you should find a way to earn dollar, like the which is naira. So I started thinking, how can I be in Nigeria and earn dollar? Even at that time, I was making, let me not say, approximately 150 to, between 150 to 100 thousand naira in a month. So I was just thinking, where else can I plug myself that will help me to earn at least $200 in a month? Because at that time, the dollar rate was between, I think, either 450 or 400 naira. I can't remember. I just punched my calculator and was like, if I'm able to earn $200 every month, that would give me like, say, 80,000 naira to add to, even if it's 150 or 100 that I normally make for my business in a month. As a married woman that has a husband that supports you, at the 200K, 250K, it's not bad monthly. So I was just like, every day I kept thinking, how can I be in Nigeria and earn dollars? How can I be in Nigeria? Is it possible? Which way? How can I do it? Because that particular statement stuck to my brain. And just like they said, that what you think about most, you attract. So one day I was just on Facebook, just like the way I just saw America, and I've been following him bomber to bomber every day. I was just on Facebook doing my normal scrolling on Facebook, and I stumbled on that training that be in Nigeria and make and work for foreign companies abroad and make your money. So initially I was skeptical because we all know how online business and all these things happen in Nigeria these days. But on the second thought, I said, okay, there's no harm in trial. And one thing about me is that I don't joke with opportunities. I must give it a try. Let me try first. If it did not work, then it will be one of those things that we do. I will try in life, and it's not all of them that work and all that. But because my mind was made up on how to earn dollars while living in Nigeria, I ventured into it. I reached out to the person that I saw the advert, and one thing to another, I joined the class, and after the training, I was like, wow. So these things are really real, and we've been here. And if anybody is here doubting me, I don't blame you because I was once like you. Do you understand? So, but since that 2021, I can probably say that I've worked for, at least, let me not lie and let me not exaggerate. I've worked for nothing less than five different companies. The first job I did was even crazy because of our time zone. That was a Singapore company. Because I normally resume my job then by 1 a.m. in the night. That's their own morning. Really, I think that they are 9 hours ahead of us, and all those things. But I was ready because once dollar is dropping, any time goes. So then my husband used to love me that, see, when others are sleeping, you are working. And when others are working, you are sleeping. But I was enjoying it. That was the first ever job I got that I earned dollar from. So I did that one. It was a contract job for 1 month plus, and it ended. And I continued. And the one thing that all of us here don't know, which happened after lockdown, if there's anything positive that we can say that happened that time, was the awareness it brought. Because when companies were locked down for months, they started thinking of ways to move their businesses forward, because life has to go on. You cannot continue to be in one spot because of COVID. And at a point, people were like that. This thing has come to stay, and our life must not put at a spot. We must find a way of working around through this thing that is now our new normal. And that was when remote job became a thing, because even companies at a point, some employees were ready to quit their jobs if you did not allow them to work remotely. And that was when companies started introducing remote work format. Some will work 1 day, 2 days in the office, then 3 days from home. Some even declared automatic remote work for all their employees. So, and that was when we now in Africa, in Asia, now became advantaged, because that particular movement now made companies to realize that even some things that they feel cannot be done remotely can be done remotely. And again, that now also opened the company, the some companies in the US, in the UA, in the Canada, to realize that the jobs that they pay heavily for people to come to do for them in a physical office. Because if you go to US, in some states in US, what they have there at like what we call minimum wage in Nigeria, what they have there is $20 per hour in some states. That is like government policy that governs the way they work. But if you move into their private sector, you see them paying $40 per hour, 50, 60, 70, depending on what you do for them and your skills. So those jobs are what they now outsource to us in Africa, in Asia, on what we call remote platforms or job places or job boards or freelancing platforms at a cheaper rate. So for them, they are saving costs and maximizing productivity, because the money they will have used to hire one person that they are paying $50 per hour can actually hire them five different hands that they will pay $5 per hour, $8 per hour, $10, 15, 20, even 30, depending on you and what you can do. So for them, that money can hire them five different hands that will do multiple tasks for them and at a cheaper rate, unlike hiring a physical worker that will come to the office and charge them $50 per hour. But for us in Nigeria now, is a big deal for us. Let's just take for instance that you get a job that's paying you $5 per hour and you are working like 8 hours in a day, which I do. That means in a week, if you must have worked for 40 hours in a week, multiply $5 by 40 hours in a week, that means that you're making $200 every week. By 4 weeks in a month, you are going home with $800. You know how much dollar is in Nigeria now. Currently, I think it's about 950 or 970 at the black market. So just do that calculation. Assuming you're working and you're earning $800 in a month. By the time you put your calculator, you know how much that is. Which company in Nigeria can pay you that? Even if you're working in an oil company, they cannot just employ you as a new intake and start you up with more than a half a million naira. It's not possible. The max they can do is maybe 250, maybe 200, maybe 300 at max. Then as you're growing in rank, then your allowances and your salary might start adding up and you to get to 700, 600. So that is why I always say that remote job has bridged the gap between who know who and who doesn't know anybody in Nigeria. Because a common person can just start working remotely and get a job that's paying him or her $10 per hour. At the end of the month, he'll be making like 1.2 million naira, 1.4 million naira, 1.5. Sometimes when I say it, people think that I'm lying, but I have some people I have coached. I have some that have worked with me that can always attest to it that we are not even seeing it the way it is. So here I want to share with us today how possible it is. Having worked for close to 3 years now remotely, I've worked for a Singapore company that I just told you earlier. I've worked with a US-based company. I'm currently working with a UK-based company, and I can tell you that is I don't know. I'm looking for the best word to qualify it. It's an opportunity that anybody here, anybody as long as you can have an account on Facebook and you can log in, scroll your Facebook, catch all the cruises, all the baskets on Facebook. You can create your account on all those platforms and start applying to jobs. The only thing you need is to have the skills they require, because unlike us in Nigeria, we carry certificates on our head. I'm a degree holder, I am this, I am that. And sometimes when you don't know the basic things that is required of you to even deliver on a job when they hire you. So the only thing that will be a barrier from between you and what I'm just telling you now is, are you willing to learn? Are you ready to upskill yourself? Because let me tell you, there's no way to make a genuine money. I did not say to make money, because there's some other money you can make anyhow. But there's no genuine way to make a genuine money that will not require you to put some effort into it. There's no easy way to make money. Even those that are doing all those, they will tell, if they tell you what they go through, you might not even want to venture into it. So, but now I have an online masterclass where I teach people the basic knowledge that you require to do all these things from the comfort of your home, from anywhere you choose, as long as you have internet connection. We'll teach you, will equip you all the things that you need to know, and show you where these jobs are posted, and teach you how to create your account on those platforms, not the way you create your account on Facebook. Then teach you how to apply to it, how to go for interview, and what not to do. Because the only thing that I know that some of us are finding very difficult is to adapt in their own culture. Because what we see here and we overlook, some things that we take for granted here, some things that we call it doesn't matter here matters a lot. But something that you even think that is a big deal, it's not a big deal for them. Like, they don't care about your degree. They don't care about this one. I'm not saying that going to school is not good. Don't misquote me. But what I'm saying is that don't limit yourself only to that you have a certificate. What pays money now in the economy of the world now is certificate, not certificates. If you're carrying this certificate now, can you back it up with knowledge? Do you have what it requires to actually fit into what you're carrying? So that is what the only thing that people shy away from, because people don't want to sit down and learn. People don't want to put in effort. People want manna to fall from heaven. And since the time of Moses and Israelites, I've not heard anywhere again that manna fell from heaven again. So sometimes when you mention about working remotely, doing earning dollar, people just think that when they come to your class, then when you come to your class, then the dollar will start falling on them. It doesn't work that way. So you must learn. Number two thing, that there's something we call remote tools or CRM tools. Because the way you walk into a physical office and you see them have some departments, you see admin department, you see HR, you see sales, all those things have been replaced online virtually to what we call CRM tools or remote tools, or some people call it software. Anything that you choose to call them, they are all what will help you to do your job. And for you to, even if you think that you have knowledge already, what will help you to deliver your job is knowing most of these remote tools and CRM tools. And every field or every walk of life have their own tool that they use. But generally, the most commonly used one is what, and I'm sure some of us will know about Slack. The Slack is when the company, that is even what helps the companies to automate their system, that they can be in US and hire all of us from any part of the world because of those remote tools. The way I'm talking to you now via this Facebook Live is the way when a company hires you, they will onboard you into their CRM tool, and you have your own office on that particular place. So you log in there, you do your job, and you do your job and you report. So the way somebody can come into your physical office and talk to you and monitor what you are doing every day. They can also monitor you because you're not working in a physical office. That is how they monitor you to know if you're actually doing what they hired you to do. So if you are someone that wants to go into something like maybe customer care support, then you might want to look at, there's one we call Zendex, is the most popular CRM tool that they use as customer care support. They also use Slack. Then because Zendex is a ticketing CRM tool that companies use to generate tickets for their customer and all that. So if that is what where you think your power lies, they might want to look into. They can also do more research on your own. Google tools. Which tools do one required to know to be able to work virtually as a customer care support? If you are going into sales, because you're going to be helping a company to generate sales for their products and for their services, then I want to look at D7, Perocon. Those tools are things that you can be in one place like this and generate phone numbers of everybody in Nigeria from one spot. You can use Perocon to do that. You can use D7 to do that. So if you're one person that's very good at marketing and sales, you might look up those two tools and master how to use them. I always say, if you follow me, I always say that YouTube is one place that we don't maximize enough. There's nothing you want to learn in this life that has not been sought by somebody and is hidden, so especially on YouTube. Just go to the way it is in your head. I just mentioned CRM tools for sales. You can just go down and search, how do I use Perocon? How do I use D7? You will see more than 10 videos on it. Before you watch two or three, you've mastered it. I have a friend that repairs a laptop that has never gone to sit down with anybody in computer village to learn how to repair laptop. All he knows, all he does now, he learns from YouTube. So those are the things that we teach you how to use those tools, point you at where and what to do, then we equip you. Then before you can now say, okay, yes, I'm ready to work for companies abroad. We also help startup companies in Nigeria to automate their businesses via all these CRM tools, because we all know how the cost of running business is in Nigeria. We know the cost of fuel. By the time you buy 20K fuel, it might not take a whole office for the whole day. So, but if you automate your business the way we now that are working virtually, what is helping those companies automate their, because of they've deployed all these software CRM tools into their businesses. So you, even as an entrepreneur, even as a small business owner, can also automate your business so that you don't need to hire people to come to the physical office. It might just be, you can even use your sitting room as your own office, while every other person working from you are connected to your office virtually. So the virtual world is so big that nobody now should be talking about not having a job, or just what I'm earning is not doesn't measure up to the kind of strength or energy I put into my work. That is one thing about remote job, because even though that some people say that remote job is not easy, I admit it is not easy. Nothing is easy in life. But the only thing that consoles us is that after all the sitting down, after all the hours and all that, the money we are going to earn, we will all will be earn what is what your effort and what's your hour. So if you're here and you'll be looking at how or where you can earn dollars, or where you can earn, even you can, and another thing that you cannot even work part-time. If you have 9 to 5 job that you want to retain, you can work part-time. The only thing that you do, you look out for some part-time jobs, and there are also some jobs that are paid per hour. So if you don't want the one that will take your whole day, if you have a business by the side that you're running by the side, you want to keep that business and still earn money by the side to add to augment what you're earning, then you look out for part-time jobs. There are some jobs that they don't even require you to they're not time bound. So they might just give you that this is what I want you to do for me, and tell you when to submit it. So they don't care about the time you do it. Is it in the night? Is it in the day? All they care is that you delivered at the day they want you to deliver it, and that is fine. So if you are here and you have a full-time job, you want to part-time job, then you start looking out for part-time jobs. Then then also there are, if you hear, even if you don't want to enroll to our class, it's not compulsory. There are some free online platforms that you can go sign up there. Some are free, some you pay money. Go there, create an account. Anything you want to learn, there is Udemy, there is Coursera, there is LinkedIn Learning. It's still free for 1 month. Then you start paying. There is Allison. There is what again? The names are I think there are more than 20 that I have a list of. I will share with some people. I think I will share this already on my profile. Go there, create your account, start honing your skills. Even the things that you think you know already, go there and hone your skill. Get some additional knowledge on them. And because the world is evolving, every day things change. You can't just rely on what you know today to function tomorrow. And you can't rely on what you know tomorrow to function next tomorrow. So you must be on your toe, learning every day to add to what you know. So you go to online platforms. There, some are free. Go there. Hotspot is free. LinkedIn Learning is free. Allison is free. Go there, create accounts, and do the way you search for things on Facebook. There are always a search button on those platforms. Search for any course you want. They're all free. They're all stored video courses there, and start learning what you want to learn. And that is how you equip yourself and prepare yourself for future. So that is just how the simple remote job is. And the beautiful thing is that you must not be a computer science to do remote job. You must not be personally I read public admin in the university, and today I am into tech, doing all these things. But the thing there is that just make up your mind that you want to learn. You must learn to earn. You can't earn before learning. Learning comes before earning. So if you're going to venture into a remote job or freelancing, don't put money first in your face. Money will eventually come. As at the point when it will come, it will just be like dream. But the first leg you should take is to learn, equip yourself, then prepare to earn. But because when the earnings start coming, it will be so rewarding that all the little efforts you think you put into it will be so rewarding. Also, thankfully enough in Nigeria, this our telecommunication normally gives us what they call YouTube night. That is some data that you can only use at night. This is the right time to use that your data. Once it's 11 o'clock, spend at even if it's 2 hours of your sleep every day to learn something new. Your future self will thank you. Give it 1 month, give it 2 months. You come back, you come out a better person. I don't know how to. I am so much big on upscaling and learning that sometimes I don't have enough time to talk about it. But we can't shy away from it. Is when people are crying that some things are difficult. It's only when you don't learn about that before venturing into it, then it becomes difficult. But if you prepare yourself ahead of anything you want to do in life, then it will make your journey and your movement in that particular area very smooth and easy for you. And luckily enough, my company is registered with CAC Nigeria. The name is TechPath, and that is the platform we are using to train people on all these things I'm saying since we joined this live class. So we are a registered company. We are not here to scam anybody to do anything. And this class is not even expensive, just a token that we pay. At least token to augment for our time and all the energy we put into it. And also because people don't value free things. And also, if you follow me, I've if you follow me on my page, you will learn all this. Even the one things I teach in my class, I share it freely. But people don't like applying what they learn, because I always say that it's not just enough to learn. It's the application that makes the difference. It's application that brings in the results you seek. It's application that stands those that are applying out from those that are just learning. We all learn. We all sometimes we all learn, but most times, if you have a class of 100 participants, at the end of that class, you might see that there's only 10% or sometimes five that will take up what you taught them and run with it, and that is what will separate the chaff from the main grain. So that is how remote job is done, and that is all about remote job. It doesn't have boundary. You can be anywhere in the world as long as you equip yourself with necessary skills required to do it. Then you are welcome to it. So what I want us to do is, hello, I don't know if it's like I don't know if you have police session so that they can have
Yes,
some
I'm
questions.
here. I'm here.
Okay, can we allow them to ask some questions so we can answer?
Yes, absolutely. They can ask questions. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So if you've got questions for Isabella, um,
Okay.
drop the questions for her in the comment section, and I will bring up the question on the screen, and she will
Uh,
answer the question. All right.
okay. While you're waiting for their questions, I just remember that the major question that I get every day is, what are the kind of jobs that we can be done remotely, or what are the kind of jobs that we can get on those freelancing platforms? And my answer is always anything at all. Anything you think that you can be done in a physical office can be done virtually, because every company in the world have customers to maintain, and that is why they need customer support. Every company in the world needs sales to bring in new customers. That's why they have sales departments. So if you're good at marketing, Facebook ad and all that, you're a hot cake. But basically that's what they call in-demand skills. If you go to online now and Google in-demand skills, the Google will spill for you, bring out different skills. There are virtual assistants, data entry, data analytics, project management, name it, anything at all. Just all you need is equip yourself with the tools, the CRM tools required for those discipline, and prepare yourself ahead of time. So that even when they invite you for interview, the number one thing they ask is, what are the CRM tools that you know concerning your field? Then she'll be able to tell them, I know this, I know that, and ahead. So I'm asking this question is that what kind of jobs are that's available to do virtually? You can do a VA job. When you hear VA, virtual assistant, just like they have VAs in office, the same thing you do virtually. You help them to arrange their calendar, to arrange for meetings, so that the person will not miss anything that is vital on his or her calendar. When someone hires you in that capacity as a virtual assistant, what they will do is that they will give you access to their calendar. You'll be the one to arrange his itinerary. Sometimes operate, some people operate maybe 1 week calendar, some operate 1 month calendar. So if they're operating 1 week calendar, that means in a week, the person will give you all his itinerary for the week. You now enter into that calendar. Then it will not be your job to remind him that you have a meeting by 9 a.m., you have a meeting by 10 a.m. So person is coming to see you in the office. The same thing that you can be done that can be done on a physical office. But now you're doing it virtually. It could be via a Slack, it could be via any other remote tool that they are using to communicate. It could be via the phone. Give me a flash, 10 minutes to my meeting, and that could just be your job. It could be that you can do data entry, you can do customer support, you can do data analysis. That is even the hot cake, because companies are actually looking for those to organize their data and all that. Another job that is very, very on the high demand now is PM, project management, because companies are going into a lot of diverse projects and they need hands to manage them. If you're thinking of that, Coursera is your sure bet. Google Project Management course on Coursera is very, very wonderful. And they even have what they call financial aid on Coursera. What that means that you can apply for financial aid, then the courses that are supposed to pay, like, let's say, $40 or $50 can be waived for you. Just as you should know how to tailor your application, tell them why they should allow you to do it for free. You can tell them, I'm a student, I want this knowledge to upskill myself to be able to grow in my career and get a better job. Just convince them on why they should allow you to do the job, to take the premium course for free. And if you succeed in the application, they can allow you to enroll to as many courses as possible for free. But if you don't want to do that, then go to some platforms that are free and start equipping yourself with other things. So I think I've answered the question I'm saying from Miracle or SARS Maxwell. I hope that answered your question. Okay, onboarding process is normally they invite you into their office, into their remote office. It could be into their Slack, it could be into their ClickUp, it could be into anything that they're using. They now teach you, walk you through how they work in the office. If it's a company that has maybe a physical product or an online product, they're going to teach you they're going to teach you about their product so that you'll be able to tell to support their customers or to sell it. So that is not just onboarding, but tell you the hour you log in, the hour you log out, what and what that you need to do, and it's just a kind of walking you through your office. If it's in a physical office, they'll show your office, the person you report to, the way their own channel of communication, downward or upward communication, and all that. It might take a week training or 2 weeks training, depending on the company. And if the what they want you to do for is what they need to train you before, then sometimes they can even train you for like a month. Some do paid training, some do free training. They don't pay you while you're learning, but some will pay you some, maybe even if it's not the actual money you're supposed to earn, they might pay you some tips just to support you for your data and other things before you actually start your job proper. And another thing is that if you're going to venture into remote job or freelancing, you cannot cry for data. You see, Airtel said data is life. You cannot afford to have a shaky network because that's the one thing that will work against you. And for us in Nigeria here, you know, we are they always know us that in Nigeria we don't have stable internet. So what you're going to do for yourself is ask questions around your vicinity. Which internet is strong and which one has the better package for data? Because you cannot, you cannot take that as an excuse that you have a meeting or to show up in the office and the internet is shaking, you log in and log out. The next you might just get a mail that your job has been taken from you. So please, before you set out, fix your data first. Your data is your office. I think Dennis, I think that answered your question. I hope I'm correct. Do you have any legit link? Yes, I do. I have links to more than 30 platforms, if I'm not mistaken, that you can apply to jobs. Go there, create your accounts, then continue applying to the way the way you come to Facebook now and you are seeing news feed, you're seeing updates and all these things. That's the way you'll be seeing jobs on those platforms. Then anyone that resonates with you, then you can click on it, then continue. Thank you for Chukwemeka. I hope I answered your question. It's something to rely um um sorry, I don't know if I pronounce your name very well. Yes, like now I have a permanent job. When I started, I did a lot of a lot of contract jobs before I started. But if you get a permanent job, do you understand? There are some that when you get a proper remote job from a company, you are entitled to everything that anybody in that company is entitled to. Even though there's their medicals and all that, they convert your own to some money and send to you. Then it's reliable. But I always say that if you're going into remote job freelancing, don't don't resign from your physical job immediately until you are sure that you've gotten a permanent job. You can go out, start applying to jobs as they are coming. You see $100 job, you do it. See $500 job, you do it. You see 1,000 job, you do it until you get a permanent job. Then before you can think of resigning your physical job. So don't just resign when you've not gotten a job and jump into it. Do you understand? That's so that you know you don't get frustrated because you even need that your physical job to sustain you while you are learning on the process once you get a permanent job before you can say, okay, I'm resigning to face my remote job fully. It, Can I share? Yes, I can share. If you go to my profile, to my Facebook page now, I think I made post about it on either 2 days ago. I'll still share at the end of this class. I will share. What's that? I don't hide it. I'll share the name with the link. Go there, create your account, and continue applying to do. Then if you need our support in any way, then you can reach out. It's- it's- Okay, there are some jobs you can do with your smartphone, but I always like to say it the way it is. Even the ones you can do with your smartphone are better done with laptop. But if you don't have laptop for now, fine. You can start looking out for you can start looking out for jobs you can do with your phones while you save up to buy a laptop. But for now, laptop is not negotiable. I said if you have a phone that is worth more than 150K and you don't have a laptop, go and sell it and buy a fairly used laptop. That's what they call delayed gratification. Forget about the cruise on Facebook or TikTok for now. Even if it means not using an Android phone for some time, and your phone is up to 100K, go and sell it and get yourself a laptop. And people yourself, give yourself 2 months, 3 months, you come back a better person. Laptop is not luxury these days. It's not luxury. Is a must have for any youth from 18 that can afford it. Is a must have. And if you have it and you don't know how, we don't know what to use it for, reach out to me. I'll guide you on what to use it for. Anyway, there's in the world now, you cannot run away from you cannot say there's nowhere you will go, even on the genuine side that you think they are genuine. They still find their way to come on that platform just as you use your wisdom. Do you understand? Sometimes in most of the job platforms, once an employer start telling you, I'm not comfortable here, this can we take this job off and go to WhatsApp or Telegram? That's a signal that is fake. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, after doing the job, they might end up not paying you. And because you've done the job, you've submitted it, and most times there's no way to track them. That's why places like Upwork, they have what they call escrow. In that escrow, they mediate between you and your employer. So they, if you like on Upwork, if you get a job that will last for up to 6 months, they'll mandate the employer to pay at least 3 months of your pay into what they call Upwork escrow. So at the end of the month, after when you are done with the job, it will not be the Upwork that will pay you. And at the tail end of that 3 months, they will make them to pay extra 3 months upfront again. Also, they will make sure that they don't pay you until you've submitted what you've done for the employer. So they're trying to curtail you being cheated as an employee after doing your job, and you cheating the employer, claiming that you've done what you did not do. So you must submit proof of the job you did before they release the money to you. So on such platforms, they try to an extent to curtail spammers. Then on flex job also, there's high degree of security. They monitor those, they screen the jobs before they are posted on their platform. But some platform are just prone to scammers that you go there, you try your luck, you gamble it. After the end of at the end of the day, if they pay you, if they don't pay, but I know about some genuine one that I've worked on and I got my pay. There's no okay, except you are working on the because that's what we call per hour job and fixed job. If you are working on a fixed job, that means that the price is fixed. At the end of maybe a month, they will pay you maybe like $500, some 1,000, some 2,000, depending on the job. If you're working on that fixed the kind of job that is fixed, then you know the amount you're earning in the end of the month. That before you apply, you see there's a fixed job, $2,000 at the end of the month, or 1,000 or 500, depending on the kind of the job. But if you're working on an hourly paid job, it's the number of hours you work for them in a day that determines how much they pay you. Some company pay weekly, so at the end of every week, they will sum up how many hours you've worked for them, then they will pay you. Some pay bi-weekly, some pay monthly. So it depends on the arrangement. If you are working at a job that is paying you $5 per hour, then at the end of every month, they'll calculate how many hours you've worked for them, and that will be your pay. If you're working on job that's paying you $10 per hour, at the end of the payment duration, whether it's 1 week or 2 weeks, they will calculate how many hours you've worked for them, and they pay you. And there are things what we call time trackers that they use to track the time you've worked for them. So once you log into your office, You click on your time tracker, it will pick up and start timing your time from that morning till um the end of the day. So if it's a part-time job, that means you might be working for like 4 hours in a day or 6 hours in a day. It depends on the arrangement on it. So there's no apart from fixed jobs, I cannot say that this is the amount you can earn in a month. So it depends on the job and the amount they are paying. Monachi, I hope I've answered your question. Work permit? No, 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 no. You don't need a work permit. There are jobs that pay 3 hours that pay $3 per hour. Some pay five, some pay 10. So on the average, let me say $4 to $5. If you are looking at the average, I also know someone that is doing a job that they are paying her $5 per hour. So it depends on your. That's why I said equip yourself, upskill, so that you have the skills that is required to earn more. So it depends on the job. Health, yes, you can see there what we call medical VAs or virtual nurses. There are some doctors that have their what is it called, their virtual office. They consult online. They have a team of doctors and pharmacists online. So the thing you do physically here, they consult online, and they do all of those things that you do. So one thing about the job is that you tailor your profile according to your strengths, and the jobs that are popping up for you on your list will be related to you. Like you now that want to go into health and medical, you can create your profile on all those platforms, maybe as a virtual nurse, or you can just look for, how best to coin it, or medical assistant, or health assistant, or anything. Just give it a name that will act, because that is what the profile will help you to filter jobs according to your niche, according to what you have on your profile. Because if I log into my profile now, what you will see is not what I will see. Do you understand? Mine carries a customer support and virtual assistant, data entry. These are the three things I have on my profile. So anytime I log in, I will see jobs on data entry, I'll see jobs on customer support, I'll see jobs on VA. Then I will apply to those I know I can do. You now that want to venture into medicals and health, you create your account as a medical expert assistant, as a nurse or anything. Then things that relate to you will be coming to your own newsfeed. Just like the way if you come to Facebook, your friends are not my friends. What you see may not be what I see every day, because of our own algorithm and our own profile. It's the same thing on the remote platforms. Create your profile, niche it down to what you do. Then the jobs in that field will be what will be popping up for you on the news field. Treasure, I hope I answered your question. So important skills that you need to work. It depends on where you want to focus on. If you want to go into data entry, you must know Excel, you must know Google spreadsheets, you must know SQL. If you want to go into customer care support, I've said before, you must know Zendex, is a ticketing tool. You must know Slack. Then if you want to go into what was sales and marketing, then you should also know some tools in that particular field. You should know D7, Perocon, learn how to do online marketing, learn how to do Facebook ads, because company wants to bring in new customers, and that's why they're hiring you as their sales personnel or their sales marketer. So you should know how to do adverts to bring customers and all those things. Then If you're going into like maybe what else again, anything at, like I said, anything at all, well, you can do you can, what you can do for yourself is just go to YouTube now. That thing that you have in mind, search there. What are the skills required for me to do this remotely? You see all of them there for you. Then the ones you have, you go online on all those platforms, fund them. The ones you don't have, you go and learn them and learn more about them. I hope I answered your question. Is that okay? Yes, yes, I have. Please can you send me a DM on my this thing, isabellaipolicy.com, so I can talk. Mona Chimso, yes, I have. Sorry.
All right. So I don't think there are other questions, any more questions,
Okay.
guys. So if you want to connect to her, you can actually get to her in her DM. Her name is Isabella Colisi. So you can reach out to her and have a conversation with her regarding your questions. Isabella, thank you so much for being on this live stream. Do you have your closing remarks, or tell us how to connect to you, maybe your phone number or any other thing
Okay.
before we
My
call it
phone
a
number
day?
is 08039382259. I'll take that again. 08039382259. You can call, you can chat on that number. Also on my Facebook, name is Isabella Icolisis. You can search for me, send me a DM, I'll see it, and any question you have outside these ones we've answered now, we can take it off from there.
All right. Thank you so much, Isabella. Thank you
Eh?
for having this conversation. I said thank you so much for having this
Okay.
conversation with me. I
Thanks
know
for
that
having me, Emeka.
people are going to
You
reach
did
out
good.
to you to connect after this live stream. Thank you, and thank you so much again and again for dispensing this information and helping a lot more individuals who will take on the opportunity to be able to better their lives. Thank you, and God bless you for coming on this live stream and this conversation with me. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to more profits for you. I look forward to amazing things happening to you. I look forward to increase in the work that you do. God bless you and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.
Amen. Thank you and bless you too, Jidon. You are one in a million. Thank you. And I look forward to more of this in future. Thank you. And to
Thank
our
you.
listeners, thank you for spending time to be with us here. We appreciate you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.